72 hours. That is how much time passed between OpenAI dropping GPT-5.4, Google firing back with Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite, and a startup nobody saw coming, Inception Labs, releasing a model that is 5 times faster than both of them combined. This is not a routine update cycle. The AI model war just reached a new level, and if you create content, run a business, or build anything with AI tools, you need to understand exactly what just changed. I'm going to break down every single drop, the real benchmarks, what the numbers actually mean, and how to use these models in your workflow starting today. Stay with me. This is the one you don't want to get wrong. GPT-5.4, the professional powerhouse. Let's start with the biggest launch. GPT-5.4 dropped on March 5th, 2026, and OpenAI called it their most capable and efficient frontier model for professional work. That is not marketing language. The benchmarks back it up. On SWE Bench Pro, the gold standard test for real-world software, engineering, GPT-5.4 scored 57.7%. On GDP-Val, which tests knowledge work tasks across law, finance, and research, it scored 83%. On OS World Verified, which tests a model's ability to control and operate a computer autonomously, it scored 75%, compared to 47.3% for its predecessor GPT-5.2. Here is what those numbers mean in plain language. GPT-5.4 can now take over your computer, browse websites, fill in forms, manage documents across apps on your behalf. It's the first general-purpose OpenAI model with built-in native computer control. That is a major shift. It also comes with a 1 million token context window through the API, by far the largest OpenAI has offered. And it is 33% less likely to make errors on individual claims compared to GPT-5.2, with responses that are 18% less error-prone overall. Alongside GPT-5.4, OpenAI also released GPT-5.3 Instant A faster, leaner model optimized for everyday tasks, real-time conversations, and high-volume workloads. Think of it as GPT-5.4's speed-focused sibling for when you don't need full reasoning depth. For creators and faceless channel operators, here is where GPT-5.4 fits in your workflow. This is your deep work model, complex research, multi-layered scripts, technical explainers where accuracy matters. Anything where you need the AI to think hard, hold context across thousands of words, and not make things up. You would not use GPT-5.4 for quick title variations or caption rewrites. But for building the backbone of a serious video, this is now your most powerful tool. Gemini 3.1, Flash-Lite, the efficiency king. Now let's talk about the counterattack. Google released Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite on March 3rd, 2 days before GPT-5.4, and this model is built to win on a completely different battlefield: speed and cost at scale. The numbers first. Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite is 2.5 times faster on time to first answer token compared to its predecessor, Gemini 2.5 Flash. Output speed is 45% faster overall, clocking in at over 360 tokens per second. And the price is striking: 25 cents per million input tokens, $1.50 per million output tokens. For context, that is 40% cheaper on output compared to the previous Gemini Flash model. But here's the part that surprised the developer community: the most Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite doesn't just win on speed and price. It wins on benchmarks too. It scored 86.9% on GPQA Diamond, that's the doctoral-level science reasoning test, and earned a low score of 1,432 on the Arena leaderboard, outperforming previous generation Flash models and beating both GPT-5 Mini and Claude 4.5 Haiku in head-to-head comparisons. For faceless creators, here is the practical translation. Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite is your iteration machine: title variations, short-form script outlines, caption batches, thumbnail text options, Any task where you need 10 solid outputs in the time it used to take to get one, this is your model. It's also available right now in Google AI Studio's free tier for developers. Zero cost to test. And this is not the end of what Google dropped this week. Remember, Gemini 3.1 Pro launched in mid-February, and it scored 77.1% on ARC AGI-2A benchmark that tests genuine novel reasoning, not pattern matching. That score pushed Google to the top of the AI capability leaderboard for the first time in over a year. The full Gemini 3.1 Family Pro at the top, Flash-Lite at the bottom, gives Google a complete stack from frontier reasoning to high-volume production. OpenAI has the same architecture with GPT-5.4 Pro down to GPT-5.3 Instant. The platforms are converging. The race is now about which ecosystem you build into and how fast you can move. Mercury 2, the WILDCARD that changes everything. Now the model most people aren't talking about yet, but they will be. Inception Labs released Mercury 2 on February 24th, and it does something no production AI model has done before at commercial scale. It doesn't generate text word by word left to right, one token at a time the way every major LLM works today. Mercury 2 uses a diffusion-based architecture. It starts with a rough draft of the full answer and refines the entire thing in parallel, more like an editor revising a complete document than a typewriter printing one letter at a time. The result: 1,009 tokens per second on NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs. Compare that to Gemini 3.1 Flash at 14.4 seconds end-to-end latency, and Claude 4.5 Haiku at 23.4 seconds with reasoning. Mercury 2, 1.7 seconds. That is not a marginal improvement. That is a different category of performance. And the pricing 25 cents per million input tokens, 75 cents per million output tokens, undercuts Gemini Flash and Claude Haiku on output by more than 2 times. Quality is honest, and in the same tier as Claude 4.5 Haiku and GPT-5.2 Mini. It is not a frontier reasoning model, but for high-volume, latency-sensitive tasks, voice assistants, real-time content pipelines, agent loops, nothing else comes close. The company behind it was founded by researchers from Stanford, UCLA, and Cornell, the same people who co-invented flash attention and direct preference optimization, the techniques that make today's LLMs possible. This is not a startup chasing hype. This is a technical bet that may rewrite how AI inference works. How to use these models right now, the creator workflow. Here is the exact workflow I have been running since these models dropped, and it is producing better content in 40% less time. Step 1. GPT-5.4 for deep research and scripting. Prompt it with your niche topic, the latest verified data, and ask for a full structured script with hooks, segment breakdowns, and a CTA. Its 1 million token context means you can feed it entire articles, reports, and previous transcripts without it losing the thread. Step 2. Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite for iteration. Take your draft script and run it through Flash-Lite for 10 title variations, 5 thumbnail text options, and 3 CTA rewrites. It does this in seconds. You review and select. That human judgment is your protection layer against the algorithm. Step 3. Mercury 2 for volume and pipeline tasks. If you are batching descriptions, generating metadata for multiple videos, or running any high-frequency content pipeline, Mercury 2 is your cost-efficient speed layer. At 75 cents per million output tokens, you can run thousands of tasks without budget pressure. Step 4. 11 Labs for voiceover, CapCut for editing, Canva AI for thumbnails. Your production stack stays the same. What changed is the intelligence layer above it. And the most important step, step 5. Your review, your judgment, your angle. None of these models know your audience the way you do. None of them know what performed last week on your channel. Your human creative direction is the thing that connects the AI output to a real audience. That is what YouTube rewards. That is what keeps you safe from the slop purge. The big picture, what this week tells us. Step back for a moment and look at what just happened. In 1 week, OpenAI released 2 new GPT-5 family models. Google released Gemini 3.1, Flash-Lite, the fastest model in their history, just 2 weeks after releasing their most capable model ever. And a startup with a fundamentally different architecture is shipping production-ready AI at speeds no established lab has matched. The lesson is not about which model is best. The lesson is that the pace of change has permanently accelerated. Every workflow you built in 2025 needs to be reevaluated against what is available in 2026. The creators who stay informed, who test, adapt, and keep the human strategic layer on top will not just survive this pace. They will benefit from it. The ones who don't adapt, they will be running yesterday's model while their competitors are running today's. The AI model landscape just shifted again, and the creators who understand it are already ahead. GPT-5.4 for deep professional work, Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite for speed and scale, Mercury 2 for latency-critical pipelines, and your judgment running all of it. Drop the word models in the comments right now, and I will send you my updated 2026 Creator AI Toolkit, exactly which models to use for which tasks, with ready-to-paste prompts. Hit like, subscribe, and the bell. I drop these every single day because this week proved you cannot afford to miss one. Stay informed, stay ahead, see you tomorrow.